So Luiza, thanks for inviting me to Chester Zoo to talk about your research. Can you introduce yourself, please?
So my name is Luiza Passos. I'm a PhD student from the University of Salford and I'm working with Professor Robbie Young.
What exactly is your research project about?
So my research right now is actually focusing on comparing the animals in captivity with the animals in the wild. Different aspects like coloration, body condition, the callings, hormone levels, and see if the captivity is affecting the animals, how much is affecting, if these animals could be released back in the wild in a reintroduction program, and see if they would survive.
So you're stood next to some really beautiful looking frogs. Can you tell me a bit about the species?
Yeah, those are the golden Montella frogs. They are endangered species from Madagascar. They are one of my target species. So they're quite endangered in the wild and they are part of a conservation breeding program. So different zoos and different captivities are breeding those animals to release them back in the wild to try to boost the population numbers.
But you don't just work on frogs, what are some of the other species you work on?
So another target species that I have on my PhD is the Jamaican owl or the blue owl. It's a blue greenish lizard from Jamaica, but I'm working with the population that it's in Bermuda. And it's a similar idea comparing the wild individuals, the captive ones. The difference with these ones that I collect them in the wild and I put them in captivity to see how in 1 year how much they would change, the behavioral plasticity, how they would adapt to this new environment.
So what have been some of the biggest findings you've made so far?
So I have found out that the captivity does affect. When you check coloration, if you see those frogs over here, they look quite orangey, quite bright, but when you go to field, you see the animals are quite different. So understand there is a whole interaction of different factors like UV light and the diet and humidity and everything together that gives the right color. Because a lot of people think the frogs don't need UV light, they don't really see them like standing in the sun, and we have found out that they need a certain amount of UV to keep the colorations going. So it's like the cool thing is about discovering all these different small aspects interacting together to get like the right condition for the frogs to survive.
Thanks Luiza for talking with us today. It's great research and it's brilliant to see you helping to save endangered species.